hello. Welcome. Sorry for the late start here. As I mentioned, with the weather, my bones get creakier, and I feel not very good when when I finish work and get out of bed. Yeah, that's me. Okay. Welcome Chas, welcome Fowlings. Thank you those who are lurking through the observatory check-in. Appreciate you guys all nonetheless. Alright, okay, I'll be honest, I didn't write down. Okay, the stupidest thing was that I wrote down last week's info, and then I saw that I didn't, and then I was like, oh, I better wake up, because when I found out it was very late, I was like, I better wake up and write it down. And well, obviously that didn't happen. Oh, hello puppy, welcome. How are you? How's everyone? So I woke up late after, and then I'm just like, I just don't remember anything. And then I'm just thinking like, you know what, it's okay. Last week was last week. This week is this week. Holly ordered burgers for dinner today. Can't wait. Oh my gosh, that sounds so exciting. I usually get a burger once a week, but this week probably not. What was I thinking about? What was I saying? I don't remember anymore. See, I have like a break when I wake up. Not only am I tired, I forgot what happened. Excuse me, I hope my burp didn't go through. How am I today? I'm doing fine. I'm very tired. I got back and then it was very late. And I had a late start. And I'm trying to retell my story, but I keep forgetting information. And I'm suffering from being old syndrome, you know, achy body, achy bones, blank brain. Oh my gosh, like even when I was trying to say blank brain, I completely did not know what I was trying to say. My goodness. Alright, okay, let's just get to doing the tarot cards for this week, and we can just ignore the tarot cards from last week here. Because as I mentioned, it's nice to know what happened the week behind us, but it's also very positive to just look forward to what is ahead of us. So that's my my perception of that. Tarot cards. Will I get a Christmas special Biwa Hayahide? Yes or no? You will get a they say with the reverse Queen of Wands that it might be a hard progress to get her, but it's also unpredictable. You might have to be a little stubborn for it, but perhaps you can. Perhaps you can. It does say that, like, you know, you might self-sabotage yourself, so be careful of, you know, maybe accidentally spending too much money. Woo! 20 stream streak! Awesome! Yeah. In my opinion, if you like used all your carrots and then you still haven't gotten her, I would recommend not to spend more. If that's what you've saved for. For your safety. Be careful. Alright, so let's see. Let me actually write these down. No, it's okay. I think a major thing is you just gotta be careful with how much spending is being spent and stuff, especially with like gacha games, since they are like gambling games at the end of the day. Just gotta be aware of what is like in front of you. I'm one who does play gacha games, and I personally know that I have a gambling addiction. So I actually have it where none of my credit cards are saved like anywhere on my phone. Even though I can remember my credit card information from the top of my head. I just don't save it. Like it's just I don't want to risk it. So that's my POV on those things. But you know, if you can handle yourself, that's like way better than whatever I have to deal with, and that's like so good. Like I'm proud of people who can like ignore their temptation. Ignore the temptation to roll or like to spend money on gacha games, because I don't have that. All right, sorry. A 10 pull is $14 USD. Yup. Crazy, right? Having to type it in gives you an extra minute to think if you really want to throw that money that way. I mean, yeah. I agree. I'm just thinking about how sometimes I just do it and I don't even like think about like what I just did. That's my problem. Okay, like I said, let's get to let's get to reading the cards here. La 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 la. So our first card is the Embrace card. And that would be what we're embracing for this week ahead of us. It is the Eight of Pentacles. Self-development, apprenticeship, diligence, craftsmanship, persistence, learning, and refinement. Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm so sorry that I like keep yawning. I'm like I just mentioned, I basically woke up late and then found out I was like, oh my god, I'm late for my stream. And I had to force myself out of bed to be here. And even then I was still a little late. This is not a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, this is just how I feel right now. I usually go with the mindset of $1 equals 1 hour of content. So does this $10 gacha worth 10 hours of playtime? Ooh, actually that's interesting. For you, gacha is always a no. Years of playing gacha games with no money made me immune to impulsive gacha spending. Here's the issue. Even when I had no money, I'd be like, oh, I wish I had money to gacha, and then... and then obviously I had no money. But then when I finally got money, I started spending it. You see my problem here? I'm not a very good I'm not very good at holding my accountable of my money. I was like, yeah. It's on me. I'm a fool. Okay. Alright, so let me write this down. I am so sorry that we keep this conversation is going off the rails every time. I'm really sorry with how today's tarot reading is pretty set up. Because of just how out of focus I am. Okay, I wrote it down. Alright, the Eight of Pentacles upright means like craftsmanship, quality, dedication, commitment, accomplishments, refinement, etc, etc. When this card is upright, it indicates a time that you have to work hard and focus entirely on your task. This is not necessarily a negative situation, but this means that you must really strive to be the best. The task that you're asked to accomplish can be professional or personal. Where's my mouse? Okay. No matter what type of task it is, do not be afraid to ask for help when things get overwhelming. The Eight of Pentacles refers to the efforts that you undertake. There's a possibility that there will be a lot of things that you need to address. Hard work is essential, but you still need to find balance. When it comes to work, those who are seeking employment should expect that the nature of the job will be demanding. Eight of Pentacles also indicates that you need to be confident in yourself to be able to fulfill your job. For those who are currently employed, you'll be responsible for carrying out more tasks and responsibilities. Never hesitate to ask assistance from your coworkers. In terms of love, your work may be possibly affecting your relationship. Regardless of how demanding your job is, you need to make some time for your emotional connections with other people. Be careful on how you're going to spend money when this card shows up, and remember that it's a fruit of hard labor and not luck. When it comes to health, Eight of Pentacles means it's time for you to commit and work hard in order to improve your health. You must stay vigilant about exercise and diet. So, actually, it's kind of funny, that like this comes up, at least for me, because work has actually been very overwhelming for me for the end of the year. And I think for a lot of people too, when it comes to work for end of the year, a lot of like companies strive to be like, we have to get these things done before the end of the year too. So it does kind of double down on a lot of work for a lot of people during these times too. I like how demanding it can be. Also, there's like the holiday rush. Some people may be running like their last minute errands while working. Yeah, retail is a mess, you know. And you know, sometimes if you're too focused on your job, you might be getting hit with like emotional relationships where like some friends are just like, hey, I haven't heard from you for a while, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, yeah, because I'm busy, you know. I'm working. And well, that's not how you're supposed to tell them, you know. You're supposed to actually find time to like reconnect with them and catch up, things like that. And you know, with how, what is it, with the holiday season ahead. Oh, hello Feli. With the holiday season ahead, you know, you kind of get to, you know, play a little catch up with friends and family perhaps too, and that's really helpful. Maybe it's recognizing that like, hey, you have a lot of work ahead of you and you gotta make time for like to take breaks too. So remember to take breaks, which is probably what this holiday weekend is coming up for. And I'll explore therapy. Yep, this is also on Twitch, so you could feel free to watch it there or do a reading on Twitch once I open up the draw card option for my dear draw companions. So yeah, I think this card is like, as an embrace card, it's telling us to accept and recognize that there's gonna be a lot of work ahead of us and we gotta put in the hard work. But on top of that, it's recognizing that the hard work is essential, but we all need to find a balance between working hard and taking breaks, and also like dedicating yourself to a goal, but also recognizing to take the time off. Take the time off to you know, catch up with like people that you haven't seen or are like hoping that you're okay. Yeah, it is. They're like, this week is the time to lock in, but remember, it's also, remember to give yourself time, like, give yourself that break. Remember. Alright. Next, our focus card. Ooh, Page of Wands, okay. Page of Wands reversed, actually. So when it's reversed, so I keep clicking that because it is important, but like, I don't really like how, I need to like fix those up eventually, for myself at least. Page of Wands means, reversed means hasty, impatient, tantrum, laziness, boring, unreliability, and distraction. So this works really well with the Embrace card. Just from the terms already. Always remember, happy days. Yes. The Yuka little stuff. That's so cute. Hi Mana, Ohamu, welcome. So, like, our Embrace card is embracing that there's gonna be like, we have to put in hard work to get to our goals, and a reminder to take breaks. The Page of Reversal emphasizes like the negative character traits of like that, where it's like, you know, if you take too many breaks, you end up becoming a little lazy. If you're like overworking, you know, you start kind of feeling like I don't know, like a boredom in your job, like you're always doing the same things over and over, or like because you're overworking, you have like no commitment to like your family or friends, especially during the winter holidays and stuff. So the reason this is a good focus card is recognizing that this could happen, you know. So there is the embracement of hard work and breaks, but there's also the focus of like the balancing act, you know. The balancing act of reaching your goal without like overdoing one side of the coin. The Page of Wands tends to emphasize negative character traits of the upright version, where, you know, it's about commitment, focus, like stability, things like that. This card tends to show when your mind is filled with one great idea after another, but you're unable to progress beyond the beginning planning stages. Oh my gosh, that's just me with my Touhou card a major arcana idea. Perhaps you started a project or a hobby expecting you to grow to great level. Instead, you end up nowhere. As painful as it is a good way to tell you should venture into another meaningful project and avoid wasting time. Okay, that's not about me. I am so focused on getting this Touhou project. This Touhou project done. Alright. Alright, so let's go to our gain card now. So what are we gonna gain from this week? Oh! The sun! The sun. Here comes the sun. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So honestly, this is such a lovely card to receive. That we're receiving for this week too. Because it's about happiness, success, optimism, joy, confidence, truth. The sun card is always a positive card to get, even when it's flipped, you know, because it's a symbol of like innocence, a repetition of our happiness that cures when we're like true to ourselves, like we're seen as our true self. It represents success. Upright, it represents success, abundance, and radiance, like the sun itself. It gives strength and vitality to those who are lucky enough to feel its rays. There's much joy and happiness that is coming to you. Because of your own personal fulfillment, you provide others with inspiration and joy as well. People are drawn to you because they're capable of seeing the warm and beautiful energy you bring to their lives. You are also in a position in which you're capable of sharing your qualities as well as achievements with other people. You radiate love and affection towards those you care about the most. So, I really love the sun for this weekend, or not weekend, this week. Because of the holiday season, you know, you're going to be surrounded by happiness and love, positivity, feeling like good and radiant about yourself, hopefully. You know, being enthusiastic and energetic. Maybe like even like with like your financial situation, you feel quite like confident and strong about it. This card shows that there's a significant sense of deserved confidence for you right now. Life is currently particularly good, and the sun is shining your way as you reach the goals that you set. So even if you're feeling like, I'm kind of like not in a good position, like remember with the last two cards, remember to have a good balance between hard work and taking breaks, and this you will gain confidence and happiness and a whole lot of brightness in your life. Another thing is also like these things don't just like come your way. You kind of have to like accept it. You kind of have to tell yourself that it's okay to like get these feelings like as well. Like the card can be like, have confidence, you know, and then you could just be like, no confidence. But the thing is, you have to find it first for yourself. And those people that you might surround yourself with in like the coming holiday season, like might make them see you as the sun, you know, like you're a source of joy and inspiration. You uplift people. Your energy draws people in and brings them life, and they have like a lot of admiration for you, and they really genuinely enjoy being around you, which is why they like invite you to like the cookout, you know. Then that's something you also have to accept and like take in too, you know. Like this card like invites you to celebrate and recognize like what you have to give for the people around you, and you have to nurture that sense of like contentment and fulfillment when you're like really stressed out with like, I don't know, the things ahead of you, you know, like maybe you have like, again, you have no confidence in yourself, but then when people come up to you and they're like, thank you so much for like helping out, whether it's like at work or like thank you for listening to me when it's like with a close friend and things like that, it's like recognizing that like you're a like, you gotta embrace all that positivity and clarity, you know. You gotta hold onto that joy, that whimsy that you give to those around you. And you know, some people have a lot of whimsy to give and other people not a lot, and that's okay. But because, you know, you're giving what you can and you're doing the best that you can for those around you. Your son today is watching my tarot stream. Aw, thank you, Poppy. All right, let's get to reading other people's tarot cards. I'm very excited. Seeing the sun, seeing these three cards together really makes me appreciate what's gonna like kind of like the year end reading. So I'm pretty excited for that. I did also want to mention that next week I probably won't stream a lot. Like I'll stream like my tarot reading and then probably do an art stream, but then like the rest of the week I'm probably just gonna like take it easy, take a break. All right, I put up the draw a card option now on Twitch, so feel free to draw your card if you're interested in getting your card drawn. We're gonna take it a bit easy here, not yap too much, and stretch. Oh, hydrate, thank you. Yeah, I accidentally already drew yours, but nonetheless happy to get through that early ahead here. All right, general. Bam! Five of oops. A five of swords. Okay, let's move these a little closer so we can all see the cards in front of us. The five of swords. Let me make sure that's the right card. I feel like you got this card last time. Okay. Five of Swords means arguments, disputes, aggression, bullying, conflict, hostility, stress. Ten of Pentacles was yours last time. Got it. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like moving away from my microphone. I apologize for all my like disgusting burps. Next time I'll just turn off the mic so you guys don't like hear any of that. Bleh. I apologize. No, don't laugh at me. Okay, this card indicates you're engaging in some conflict of nature. It can also suggest disagreements with others, which led to hostility and tension. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so disgusting. I apologize. Perhaps at this moment, you believe you're more important to be right than appreciate and understand where the other side is coming from. Right now, it's important to attempt and pick up those pieces. You still have a chance to act while the conflict is still fresh. You may feel if everyone and everything is against you, but you might also lose some friends along the way. This is why you need to make a significant decision about your point of view. What is more important to you, mutual progress or winning? This might require you to stand up to a conflict within yourself. Not the family political debate at the Christmas table. Oh no. This card represents ambition in a way which is rather negative. Too much ambition without actual regards to the consequences for the people that you may affect is never something good. So, this actually kind of works around like the cards we received too, and it is kind of telling you that maybe there's something you need to be careful about, where it's like you're creating tension, like a lot of conflicts, like as Poppy put it, you know, what if like your uncle says something like politically incorrect with a lot of fake news behind it, and then you want to say something, you know, but you know it's just gonna create a lot of problems at the dinner table. Like, it's kind of like telling you, like, be careful about those situations, you know. So, like, you know, you might have like fights. You're arguing simply for like the sake of being correct, even though like it might put a rift between people, like those around you. Career wise, it might be like, you know, there's a lot of conflict happening at work and there's a lot of hostility in the air. Yeah, fouling, stirring the pot at the family function. The Five of Swords can also signal like intimidation, whether it's like from you or like your boss or another person, you know. And while it may be tempting that you're just like, you know, I'm just gonna pull my punches, you know, don't forget to instead like call HR, even though sometimes HR does like shit nothing. Totally not from my experience that, you know, HR does not care about you. Say they will. Okay, sorry, we will ignore my own actual gripes on that. You could, this card may also even say like you might be facing conflict when it comes to money, whether it's like your family, your friends, a partner, like you gotta be extra cautious with like trusting others with your monetary like goods, you know, or even just the cash itself. People might be trying to like take advantage of you on that. And you know, it does kind of suck with like the situation in like during the holiday season. There are like family members who do kind of like take advantage of you being a nice person sometimes, where they're just like, ooh, like, you know, we're going through a tough time, we need a little bit more money, and it's like it's the season of giving, you know, and like kindness, and you just feel like, oh, I should like be a like do better kind of thing. But then they might be just taking advantage of that. I'm not saying this is for everyone, but you know, like sometimes you have like a cousin that is very suspicious whenever they ask money, and you're just like, I don't think I'll give you that, you know. This card is also kind of like asking you to reassess your current conflicts and confrontations, like adopt a new perspective, be more empathetic, try to resolve disputes through communication rather than being aggressive about it, things like that. you give them the Amuro loading stare. That suspicious cousin that wants to pull their favor in the next banner, and you know that money is not. You know that money is not for like their next rent, you know. You know it's for that gacha game. Oh, this is very grim for you, but appropriate. So as I mentioned, these like, again, cards, just guidelines. You can recognize that it happens, but you can also try to prevent it, you know, like if you're a very emotional person and like your first thought might be just to like be active like in your aggression, like, you know, take a step back and recognize like, if I can't even communicate with them with the problem, then there's like, I should just like let it go, you know. I should just give up on this argument that's happening, even if you're feeling like, you know, I'm still right, you know, like yes, there are frogs in the water that makes the people who drink it gay. It's like, yeah, whatever, okay, like you can you can have that opinion even though it's completely wrong, you know. Like sometimes you just gotta let those things go. And I feel like there's gonna be a lot of tension of that, especially in the holiday season, where just some auntie or uncle is just gonna be like, hey, you know, I'm gonna say the wildest thing right now. And then you're just like, uh-huh? Yeah? Like, okay. And then you just go back to eating your food, you know? The magical froggy beverage. But yeah. And remember, like with the cards that we got received as well, like remember to not like overstep yourself, you know. Like remember that your focus is to not be swinging to one side or like all the way to the other, you know. No, Phalanx, no, you're gonna be okay, I swear. Just, it's like, this card is a good like recognizing card to be like, there's something that's gonna happen, but you can be the one to change that, you know. You can be the change that you want to see in this world, you know. They're putting something in the frog that make the water gay. Is that what I said? Oh my gosh. There's frogs in the water. Oh no. The way I said this is probably terrible, but but close enough. Alright. free to do another reading for someone else here. A general reading for your pet fish, Leon. Don't worry, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen to the Kennedys. Yeah, of course. Thank you for letting me read a card for you, Phalanx. I really appreciate everyone who gives me the chance to do this, by the way. Just really helps me kind of like, sounds really weird, like be more understanding of perspectives, be more empathetic of maybe people's situations and things like that. It really helps me a lot because of that perception. Like I remember talking to a friend over this weekend, and they were going through it. Like they were feeling not so good, but like having to like kind of like sit down, listen, try to understand them, and also trying to help them understand like those around them, like that kind of made me feel like you know, it's not so bad, like it's gonna be okay, things like that. It is tough though, like some people just are so like into their emotions that that like they kind of like they just see red, you know, and you kind of have to like help them take that step back and try to see like a different point of view or perception of people. Like not everyone's gonna see eye to eye, you know, but then you can try to recognize like why that's the case, and then just like take that step back and just be like, that it is what it is, you know. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's do your reading, Belly. Ooh, the moon. Oh, this is a cute card art. So for Leon, we got the Major Arcana, the moon. Sorry, I'm just like... So like the moon is about like illusion. It's about intuition, the subconscious mind, hidden fears. It's about like deception. There's like secrets. What is Leon keeping away from you? Nothing bad will happen to the Kennedys. For the moon, when it's upright, it can symbolize imagination is taking the best of you. In the dark of night, you're taking a path that you're unsure of. It could be danger lurking in its death. The moon's light can bring you clarity and understanding. You should allow your intuition to guide you through this darkness. To be aware of that situation of causing fear and anxiety in your mind, this card alerts you to not allow those inner disturbances and self-deception to take the best of you. Another reading of this moon card is like existence of illusion. You must search for the hidden force that must be unraveled. So how I would read this for... Yeah, how I would read this for your card is maybe there's a lot of worries or concern, and you are worried about like what could happen to your dear fish Leon, you know. and you kind of have to like let your intuitions guide you through that. So like in your mind you're like, okay, so he wasn't like this previously. Is it like I did a change? Was there like a change in the weather, or like I need to get him better food, you know, things like that. Like I know beta fishes need to be in a lot. There are frogs in the water. No. I know beta fishes need to be in a warmer climate, you know. So perhaps like the change in like the temperature might make him a bit more skittish, you know. Or like, did you move his tank recently somewhere and maybe he's not like used to the environment yet? Because, you know, even if his area is the same, if it's like a clear tank, like his surrounding area would be different, you know. And that could make a fish kind of like freak out a bit when it's like a whole different environment in that sense, you know. Since this is like a major arcana, it is kind of telling you to like look quite deep into it. There might be like uncertainties, like unclear ideas, like maybe you're like lacking knowledge of. Oh, yeah, maybe you're like lacking knowledge of of anything. Like maybe you need to may need to like brush up on like, okay, let's read up on how to take care of beta fishes again. Not that you're not taking care of him, you know, but like you're kind of refining those thoughts and information you have so that you're like, okay, so I know X thing, but what about Y, you know? And then you like look up Y and then see like, okay, so next time when this happens, I know how to handle it, you know? Yeah, so maybe with the change of his tank, he's still kind of getting used to that, you know? Or maybe like you know, because the moon card is about illusion, there's like a confusion for him, and maybe he's a lot more freaking out about it than usual. And that might be like the case for him, you know. Hopefully he'll calm down. Maybe different, I don't know. I don't really know particular, like maybe different kinds of food could help him, or maybe the area that he is in may be a lot colder or warmer than what he was used to. So he was just like, oh my gosh, wait, what's going on, you know? But yeah, if this is like perhaps his feelings for you, you know, like you're a little confused, like you're like, Leon, what's going on? You gotta let me know. Like, why are you hiding away from me when you used to be so lovey? And there's just a mysterious air around your poor fish, and you just gotta navigate through it. So I think with this card, since it's a major arcana, it does ask you to like put a big focus on it. Like perhaps you should just like check it up, you know. I don't know every single detail of how you set up your fish tank and stuff, but you know, maybe you could ask like, I don't know, are there like beta fish forums out there? Yeah, like beta fish forums, and be like, hi, my fish used to be so active, and now it's been avoiding me after like I did a small change, and like the weather has been getting like colder or warmer in the area. And then maybe they could just tell you like, oh, maybe it's because you need to keep like excuse me, you gotta keep like, you know, especially for temperature. I know fish like their temperature to be consistent, but with global warming these days, it can be very drastic, and that could like stress out a fish. And I mean, even stresses out me. But yeah, don't worry. I think Leon will be okay. But yeah, find out what happened with like the temperature change perhaps, or even the environmental change. I think he'll be okay as long as you put that focus to make sure that he's okay. I'm glad Leon has such a caring owner like you, Felly. He don't know what he got, you know. All right. Excuse me. Doing another stretch here. All right, let's see. What's next? I've never actually done like a I guess a pet reading before, but you know, in a way it's like it is still like a relationship reading or a heart reading, because it's like, oh, you know, you still care about this person. That's why you're asking about it, things like that. General reading? Okay. Okay. This is seven of cups reversed. Okay, 7 of cups reversed. You got 8 of swords last time. So, 8 of swords. Last time was like about like restriction, feeling trapped, and just recognizing that, like, you know, you can just take off the blindfold and you can just walk around the swords that are around you. And I think that was for traveling. What is this? Seven of cups. 7 of cups reversed means that there's like maybe a lack of purpose, diversion, distraction. Choices need to be made. 7 of cups generally means they indicate like dreams, illusions, seem to empathize, but the reverse side of it is emphasizes, not empathize, sorry, emphasizes the more negative qualities of this card. Your views may be more like towards like the fantasy world versus being grounded in reality. It may also imply you're unclear about things that you are searching for. This card may demonstrate your unwillingness to face the realities of life, and you're seeking to escape it, like through like daydreaming. This card also can indicate the end of confusion, of avoiding all those illusions. And now you're moving forward with the clarity that you have of like the situation that you were in. So like maybe your life right now is very confusing, more chaotic than it needs to be. There's a lot of like wasted time, missed opportunities, and you're unable to make like the right choice. Just like remember, it's important to remain focused on what you want instead of letting the world make the choices for you. Maybe you're also developing awareness of what is important to you, and so you can take the steps to make these changes happen. You can like if it's like career wise, like, you know, you're probably stuck in a job, feeling like there's no opportunities to advance, but or like you can't find a job and you're just kind of like looking in the same direction. Possibly it's asking you to like be clear of your like goals if you have it, like in the job. And if you don't have it, it's like maybe you have to put like work on new skills to like assess like the next like places you have to look for, or like you have to progress your like findings, or even your internal career somewhere else, and like where you're at is not like the right place to be. it's kind of hard to tell. Like a lot with cup cards is that like it's like either telling you you're in a place that you're at right now, like you're in the cup, or it's getting poured out. So it's like, you know, you're at the end of the life of the situation where the cup is at, which is why it feels like I'm kind of giving like conflicting meanings, because it's either you're in it, you're in the cup, or like, you know, at the very like end of the cup, or you're already getting poured out, which is already out of the cup, you know. Like you know, you could be confused, overwhelmed by emotions, and you're like disillusioned, you like need to take a step back to reevaluate all those feelings too. Reverse 7 of Cups calls for focus on clarity, like prioritizing like what's important in you. Maybe understanding like your true feelings, and that like when you recognize that, you have to like set boundaries, engage in self-reflection, understanding your emotions better. Like there's a lot. It's kind of like I said, it's a little bit of a mixed bag, because it's like, are you in the midst of confusion, or are you recognizing you're at the end of those illusions, and now that you can move forward with those like clear thoughts in mind. It's not like a bad read, but it's definitely a confusing one, where I'm just kind of like, I don't know where particularly you are in your life, but hopefully this can explain or help you through that a lot better with like what you're going through. Hopefully you're out of the cup soonish. Eventually, I think you'll be out of the cup soonish. With a card like this, it does make you realize, you know, the cup is upside down. So it means that all of that confusion or illusion, or like the idealization of like the fantasy will eventually be out of the cup, you know? You eventually need to ground yourself in that reality and be like, and have that clarity. The cuppies. Oh yeah. Thanks for letting me read. I hope that was helpful. I was like, oh no, did I read this bad? I try my, again, I do have some biases to not like have a, not to try to have these readings not feel so negative, because again of how certain perceptions happen. But it does make me feel like, oh, I like seeing things in a different point of view helps a lot too. All right, anyone looking for another reading here? Okay, if not, we're just gonna chill out a bit here. Okay, general reading, sure thing. Very grateful that you ease our worries when we see any upside down cards. Of course, very happy to do that. Because upside down cards doesn't always mean it's a bad thing. Sometimes for me, how I see it, it's just like, oh, you're kind of like stuck in it right now, but you gotta like, it's kind of telling, it's like a warning card or a focus card to be like, hey, like this is what you should be doing instead now that you see this card, you know. All right, general reading for Bile Penguin. The Reverse Knight of Swords. I think that's what it is. Yeah, Reverse Knight of Swords. So, reverse. I know, like, the upright version is like being impatient or direct, or into like focused, perfectionism and stuff like that. But reverse means like being forceful, rude, aggressive, vicious. Like it's like you're moving ahead, but you're not. You're kind of lacking like the empathy to see the things around you. The Knight of Swords reverse suggests incredible impatience, impulsiveness, alongside like your burst of energy to move forward. There's a lot of energy that you give, but it lacks any kind of direction, often resulting in them making rather rash decisions as well as pulling down other people with them. The thoughts are oftentimes scattered throughout without any actual organization or logic. They are very likely disorganized and unprepared for things that they want to achieve. Reversal of this card indicates that you still have a lot of miles to walk in order to get the valuable life experience that you need in order to overcome adversities along the way. So like, you know, with like relationships, you might be, again, this is like a both way situation. Maybe like you're kind of controlling or aggressive, like in the family situation. You think that you're right. You have very little sympathy or understanding of the people around you, and like even though you get into arguments, it's like not for debating, it's just to like put pressure on people. This card can also just like, if it doesn't represent a person that you're like thinking of, it could also just like suggest like arguments you're constantly having to deal with, a lot of conflict and disagreements. This can happen like at work as well. Like perhaps in the work like area, you have like, it's very pushy, it's very hard to get through things. Like you need to focus on yourself, but you should also be trying to support others around you too. Like be careful with what language you use or how you communicate with others. Financially could just be like does it represent you to be someone who gets like what they want by all means? Like it kind of is telling you like you also have to be aware of like who's in your like circle of friends or like your group of like people you care about. Knight of Swords reverse could suggest like emotionally you're like feeling very overwhelmed, maybe confused, and you're caught like between like having impulsive thoughts or insecurities about yourself, and you struggle to articulate what you really want, which leads to a lot of frustrations and avoidance for like yourself and people around you. You may like also realize like these uncertainties that you have are weighing heavy on your heart, so you're trying really hard to navigate through all that. It is essential to acknowledge that these emotions within yourself while seeking understanding midst of the chaos surrounding you. So like you gotta acknowledge that like the feelings you have are very valid. You know, it's always valid when you're dealing with like your emotions. However, you also have to understand like what you want to like try to communicate or clarify or try to navigate through all that. And that's like kind of like your actions that you have to take. if you're like kind of like going through like, I don't know, like going through like decision making, and you're just like, okay, I just gotta do it like right now, you know, like this card is telling you to like, you know, maybe pause, reconsider your approach on things, focus on listening to people's like opinions or like their situations before speaking up and trying to be like, well, I'm right or something like that. This card is really suggesting you to like slow down so that you can avoid misunderstandings. Like again, when I say with like cards that have a bit of a negative meaning to them, it is kind of like just saying like, hey, recognize this could be like where you're in, or it could be something that's happening like soon, you know. And it's good to just kind of like recognize, like visualize it, and then take a step back and see what you can do or change on that, you know. Like, yeah, it is really scary when you're just like when you see a card like this and you're just kind of like, what am I doing wrong? It's like, well, you're you're probably not doing anything wrong, you know. Or maybe like you recognize you are doing something wrong, and this card is asking you to take a step back and recognize it or fix that, things like that. Hey, welcome. That's how I'm that's how I'm reading this card, at least. Where it's like a lot of, and it does also kind of overlay with this with our reading down here, 3-card spread, because like it's telling us to do a lot of hard work, but then what if you're just so focused that like you completely ignore, or it's not like you want to completely, it's like you accidentally ignore like those around you, you know. And the reverse page of wands is kind of telling you to like, don't lean too hard on like on one side of the coin, you know. Like recognize that like there needs to be a balancing act, and this card may be just telling you to like recognize, to like focus on that balancing act that is like in front of us. Alright, hopefully that was helpful, Bio Penguin. I don't know too many details on situations and stuff like that, but I know when it's like kind of struggling, going through stuff, and you're just kind of focused on your like the choice that you make and stuff like that too. This card is just kind of saying like, in the end, don't hurt yourself. I don't think much of it related to your current situation, but think about this moving forward. No worries. It's a card. A lot of tarot cards can also just not make sense, like for current situations. But it is like cards of thinkums. You know, you just be thinking, have big thinkies, have big thoughts on them when they come up. They're just like, this is something to like, that's kind of good to like think about, you know. Alright, if no one has anything they want to read in 3 minutes, I will call it good here. Probably snooze a bit longer. Get some more sleep in. I'm all about sleeping. Another general read, sure thing. Alright, Fossmeyer. General reading. Reverse 8 of Wands. Reverse 8 of Wands. So when this card reversed, so when it's upright, it means like speed, movement, progress. The reverse card of it means like, you know, you're kind of losing momentum, waiting, some slowness, delays happening. The 8 of Wands reverse generally is associated with patience, but it's the possibility that you're frustrated with the slowness of it. I'm like, wait a minute, this card is a little like misrepresented on my stream, because if it's upright, the wands are pointing downward, but upright is pointing upward, which is incorrect. And sorry, I'm so bothered that the space between these wands are all different. Like, why? They're all different. Like, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry. So this card is telling you there are a lot of like obstacles in your way, and you need to understand that you cannot change that, you know. You can't change the past that you have. You can't change the things that have been placed upon you. So you must forgive yourself and adapt, like, and move forward, like adapt to like what is already given to you. This is meant to upset us. It really feels like it, honestly. Like maybe for work, there may be disagreements in your office and you need to settle this quickly to try to avoid derailing any major issues that are happening. But this card is just telling you to, you know, take a step back, try to relax, be patient, believe that everything will be fine. And even if it's not, it's like out of your hands, you know? Like rip to all the folks who think that I'm gonna be okay for this. I'm not, you know? like let's say you have something you're pushing out for soon, and then you're just like, nope, it's okay, I did my best, you know? It could like maybe for your health, you need to improve your focus, determination on that. Like the energy on the card will like disappear if you lose your focus. So like this card, it's not a warning card, it's kind of like telling you like, hey, again, it kind of goes back to all these cards we have at the bottom where it's like, hey, you do need to put your focus on something, but you shouldn't be hung up on like the problems that end up happening. Like you know, something at work, for example, kind of like is overwhelming, but you realize like you're doing the best you can, you know, you're doing the best you can in the situation you're in. Maybe like in relationships, there's like misunderstandings, like, you know, with your friends or family, like there's a misunderstanding. It's a very like huge misunderstanding and you're tempted to like do something about it. You're like, I gotta fix it immediately, you know? But you should not do that, you know? You should like take a break from it. You should give the other person time, or like, you know, make your own plans ahead if they don't like reach out back to you. Like give the benefit of the doubt that like you and the other person are probably going through something, and you just gotta like focus on like the clear communication between the two of you. As I said, with work, like maybe you're frustrated with stagnation, or you're like overwhelmed with like too much work like on your table, and like too many people are asking so much from you, and it might be like really daunting and stuff. And it's like, remember to like be able to like reach out to coworkers perhaps to maybe help you on certain things. If they're not, you know, you will have to learn to handle the new responsibilities, and that will take a lot of time and patience. Financially, like maybe you're frustrated with like the amount of money that keeps coming in, you're not getting paid enough, you know? Or like, you know, you have like small investments that like you need to keep like holding off to pay off, things like that. Unfortunately, this card is just like, today you ain't gonna get it. Tomorrow, who knows, you know? But this card is about being patient with a lot of those negative things that may be happening in your life right now. Like, you might be confused or hesitant, you may be overwhelmed, you might be like frustrated, all these things. This card is just telling you to like, you know, one step at a time, be patient about it. I hope that was helpful, Fossmeyer. Alright. Let's go with, I don't mind waiting, but just saying, like, if there's anything you guys want to say or do with another card read, that'd be good. Oh, it's okay. Take care, Poppy. Yeah, there's a lot of wands. Take care, Poppy. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Yeah, of course. Do your own thingies. I think we're pretty good here on the readings. Thank you for letting me read your guys' cards. Let me go fix that, change that up here. You know, when I woke up, I was kind of like, oh, I don't know if I'll be good to do any readings today. But I felt very fuzzy? Is this the right word? I felt very fuzzy. Like too many like I just just woke up trying to get out of my bed, and I'm just like, oh, creaky bones, I'm in pain, etc, etc. Why am I full of problems? But I think I feel a lot better with like after now. I'm just like, oh, okay, it ain't so bad. It was a little scary at first, but everyone's doing okay. And I feel a little better about all that. I don't really got much else to say here, so I do apologize when I'm kind of like mumbling or rambling a bit now. I guess I'm curious what people are gonna do for their holiday season, if they're doing anything at all. I called my mom, called my mama, and I was just like, hey, are we doing anything? And she was just like, I don't know. And I was like, what? I don't know. And I'm like, okay, that's understandable. I think it's because like what we celebrate, like Christmas isn't really a huge celebration for us. Our last celebration, kind of funny, I guess like Thanksgiving was a bit of a bigger celebration, but that's because it's like it's been a while since like the family had gathered. I think the last time we gathered was like for the autumn festival. So that was like 3 months, but then, you know, Thanksgiving happened, and then there's Christmas, and then there's New Year's, and then we don't really celebrate like January 1st, like New Year's. We wait till the lunar New Year's that happens. So I was like asking, I was like, oh, like you want to celebrate Christmas, even though we don't really celebrate Christmas, you know? And my mom was just like, maybe. And I was just like, what? And then she asked, like, do you think, like, you know, the extended family will come over? And I asked her that, and then she's like, probably not, you know? You can't play mahjong with them if they're not coming over. And I was just like, oh, that's okay. The thing is, like, a lot of, like, the holiday season is just, like, back to back to back. There's like Thanksgiving, then Christmas, then New Year's, then Lunar New Year's. And it's like a little, I wouldn't say it's hard to keep up, but there's like a lot that happens. So like, I don't know if we even will celebrate it. But nonetheless, I am pretty excited whether or not we do celebrate it, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm hungry. I'm like, I'm kind of hungry right now. All this talk about food. Probably just gonna eat with your fam. That's good. Yeah, I might just eat with my family as well, and just like, that's that, you know. You're gonna rest? That's good. Get some rest in. Because I know a lot of people are like overworking themselves for the end of the year and stuff like that. Probably just stay home. That's good. I think with like how crazy the world is, you know, it's like being able to relax is just like kind of like life's rarest what is it? Life's rarest I don't know where I was going with this, but it's very rare, I feel like, because we're kind of stuck in like a cycle of constant workings, you know, like we're always having to work or do something. Kind of good to be able to take that step back and recognize, like, you know, I'm just gonna take it easy, you know, be able to like actually relax and rest up. We're not given that space in this, like, in society, in my opinion. Like, we're always kind of told to like always be working, always be doing something, etc., you know. That's how I feel, at least. Like you're always given, you always have to work, you know, or if you're at school, like you're always having to study, you always gotta do better, etc. Like there's never a like there's never like the end of it. Not saying that's a bad thing, you know, there's always good to have a goal, to always want to do better, but when it's kind of like forced upon you, it gets really like stressed out. You get like really burnt out on those things. So hopefully, like, you know, this holiday season, people get to just relax. Get to like, even if you're not gonna be hanging out with friends or family, like giving yourself that space to relax is like really important. All right. Thanks for hearing me yap near the end of this too. Alright, we're gonna call it good here. I'm gonna play more Final Fantasy Tactics a little after. Let's see. I might actually start a little bit earlier, but we'll see. Probably like 30 minutes earlier than my usual time, which is what I've been kind of usually been doing. But yeah, hopefully this has been helpful. You guys been doing well. I'll see you guys next time. Otsumuro. Take care. Bye bye.